Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is not the usual hands where I show you what I'm doing. Today I'm showing my face. Oh my gosh. So today I'm doing a question and answer video. I hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube and 50,000 on Instagram, so I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna do a question and answer. Send in your questions so you can get to know me. I have a really long list. I don't know how I'm gonna get through everything because I have like over 100 questions, but I'm gonna try to keep this video 15 minutes long at least, and hopefully I don't go over 15 minutes. Anyway, the paper is extremely long on both sides. So first question. Okay, how old am I? So I am 24. So the second question is, what is your favorite meal? My favorite meal has to be oxtails, mac and cheese with a side of salad or something like that. I love oxtails. I just love oxtails. So the next question is, at what age did you start cooking? So I was raised with my grandmother, and she and her husband, they're both farmers. So you find my brothers were also with me. Let me just mention, I have two brothers, and well, I have a sister as well, let's not forget, very important. But my two brothers, they were raised with me back in St. Lucia. We were raised by our grandmother. And you find that when you should go to the countryside, some days we come back from school and they're not back yet, and then probably she has like some chicken thawing out in the sink. So we have this meal in St. Lucia which is very famous. It's called a bouillon, where you just put everything together. So it's like chicken with banana and lentils, or just everything thrown in one, and put lots of seasonings and everything. So I think from the age of about, I'd say about 9-10, I could make a really good bouillon. So yeah. So my next question is, who inspires your cooking? So it's changed a bit, but my grandmother was the one that started me cooking, you know. And even before that, my mom has always been somebody that, she's always making a pizza, she's always baking a cake, she's always cooking something, you know. Coming home from school when I was little, you find that every day we get home, there's always a different snack, there's always something, she's always cooked something. And then when I moved with my grandmother, because my mom went away, it was like my granny's always cooking. I never got back from school and didn't find food unless she went in the farm and came back late or something like that. So these people have been very, very important in my life when it comes to, well, they've been my biggest inspiration when it comes to cooking, seeing as from day one they've always been cooking. So yeah, that's who inspires me, my grandmother and my mom. So next question, will you be visiting any other Caribbean countries soon? Well, I plan to visit as many of the islands as I possibly can, but you know, it comes with money, because your girl doesn't own no shares in Virgin Atlantic yet. So yeah, I do plan on visiting quite a few of them. So far I've only basically been to St. Lucia, which is where I was born, and Antigua, so that's only 2 out of the so many. Anyways, next question. Did you go to culinary school? Did you learn to cook anywhere? No, I didn't go to no culinary school or anything. It was all through trial and error in my own kitchen. So yeah, and also watching my parents and grandparents. Next question is, how do you know cooking was your passion? Because I love it so much, you know. It's something that I've always liked. I've always liked staying in the kitchen and watching my grandparents cook. I've always liked staying in the kitchen watching my mom cook, and it's just something that is enjoyable. And plus, I love to eat. So listen, you cannot love to eat and don't love to cook, because you will remain hungry on a lot of days, I can tell you that. Yes. So next question, what is your favorite takeaway when you don't feel like cooking? I'd say Chinese. Because seeing as I'm Caribbean, I don't really order Caribbean food from anywhere, because come on, I can cook it at home. But I'd say Chinese, definitely. I love some Chinese. Next question, are you Nigerian or have any African roots? Because you're always jamming to Niger music. Yes, my dad is from Sierra Leone, like I said earlier, and he's the one that got me into Afrobeats and stuff like that. So yeah. Next question, if there is an island that you could try their food, which one it would be? Trinidad. I need to try a doubles, man. I need to try their doubles. Listen, I've never had doubles before. I don't know how to make it. So even if I were to get a recipe and try it, I don't know if it would be good, because I haven't tried the original thing yet. So I need to go to Trinidad to get some authentic doubles. Yeah. Yes, yes. Next question. What inspired you to start YouTube? You guys was cooking on Instagram, minding my business, and you guys said, no, we want more detailed videos, open a YouTube channel. So yeah, you guys inspired me. Next question. Why did you migrate from St. Lucia? So my mom lives in England. Well, she's lived in England forever. And yeah, so this is why I moved, to meet my mom. At what age did you move to England? I moved at age 16 and I'm now 24, so it's been about 7-8 years. Yeah. So my next question is, do you plan on living in St. Lucia again? Yes, definitely. When I retire at age 40, 45, because girl, I don't want to retire at age 50, 60, nah. I do plan on living in St. Lucia, well, me and my family, when I retire in the future. So yes, definitely yes. Next question is, will you be hosting any cooking classes soon? I really want to cook like you. It's something that I have thought about, seeing as I live in England and there is so many of you that has asked me to do cooking classes, but it's something that I'm actually trying to work on and something I will be doing in the future. But for now, I'm just basically trying to get on my 2 feet. So hopefully in the future, look out for some cooking classes. But in the meantime, just check out my YouTube. And if you want a recipe and you're not sure, basically you can message me, Terri-Ann'S Kitchen on Instagram, and I'll try and do the recipe for you. So my next question is, what did you study in college and did you enjoy it? So I'm aware that whatever you guys call college in the US, we call it university. So yes, I studied nursing. I studied adult nursing, and yes, I enjoyed it. I loved it. Next question. Has cooking always been easy for you? I can say yes, because it's something that I enjoy and it's something that I really love doing. But at the start, I really wasn't very good with measurements, because especially when you come from the Caribbean, you're not gonna hear your granny telling you, put a teaspoon of salt in the pan for me. No, she's gonna tell you, check the salt and put some. You know, it's not gonna be nothing about measurements, you know. Your granny will say to you, go buy me 2 pounds of flour, and she's gonna be making bread and then there's some left over. You don't know how much she used. I think in the Caribbean we eyeball everything. So as a result, it's very difficult when you're learning to cook on your own, because there's no teaspoon, there's no cup to help you, because you've not been using this, you know. So I'd say at first it was a little bit hard because I didn't know what amounts of what to put. So it's like I started eyeballing. And especially now that I have YouTube and I also teach on Instagram as well, it's like a little bit difficult, because I know people can't eyeball from, you know, from the videos. So you find I have to go back in and just double check that I'm using a teaspoon, I'm using a cup. That way people can try my recipes, because not all of us are Caribbean. I know I have followers from even in Egypt. So I'm not gonna tell you eyeball the sugar and put some, no. So yeah, it hasn't been always easy, because I didn't really know how to use certain amounts of things. You know, sometimes I put too much salt, too little salt. Yeah, so our next question is, seeing as you're St. Lucian, can you speak Creole? Yes, I can speak Creole fluently, because I was actually born and raised in St. Lucia, and it's one of the second languages that I know from since I was a little girl. And part 2 of that question is, can you say something? So most popular, Sakafet, which means how are you, what's going on? And I'm actually planning on using that as an intro in my videos after this video. That way you guys can learn a little bit of St. Lucian Creole. So just in case, Sakafet, it means how are you, what's going on? You know, it's just a greeting that people use. So in an example, I would see somebody that I'm familiar with and I'd say, Sakafet. And they would tell you, oh, I'm good, how are you? And you know, basically, yeah. Next question. Did you lose your St. Lucian accent seeing as you live in the UK? No. So my next question is, what do you miss most about St. Lucia? I think the fresh air and just the ability to be free, you know. You just don't have a care in the world, because you live in an island. It's free, you know, free right to speak, right to everything. I just love that. I love, and I just love the atmosphere. I love the people. I love how you're friendly with your neighbors. I just love how you can go out and pick coconuts, you know, it's just so normal to you, and I think I miss that the most. Next question. You cook lots of Jamaican dishes. Did you spend time in Jamaica or have Jamaican family? No, I don't have no Jamaican family. I've never even been to Jamaica, but I would love to visit. Next question, at what age did you get married? I got married at 24, and 24, am I crazy? No, that means I just got married. No, I got married at 22. We've been married for 2 years now, because I'm 24. So yeah, I got married at age 22. Next question, where did you and your husband meet? He actually sent me a DM, girl. He actually sent me a DM on Instagram. So before, I used to do YouTube. I used to do makeup and beauty and stuff like that. And before, I was known as Island Princess. So basically that was Instagram, and for YouTube, the Island Princess. And then he sent me a message like, what, 6 years ago, and he was like, are you a celebrity or something? I'm like, girl, nah, I'm a regular girl. Anyway, long story short, he sent me a DM on Instagram 6 years ago. So yes, girl. Next question, if you could eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be? Definitely plantain. You can boil it, you can fry it, you can roast it, you can steam it. Girl, I love me some plantains. Plantain. Next question, where is your husband from? My husband is from St. Lucia, just like me. I always wanted a St. Lucian husband. I don't know why. I just think that the culture to me is a big thing, because I don't want to have to be explaining to anybody why I'm eating banana and saltfish. So he gets me. Do you ever get tired of your own cooking? Sometimes I do, but I'm in the process of teaching my husband how to cook, because some days he really surprises me with like watching my videos and making brown stew chicken and all this other stuff. So I do get tired of my own cooking sometimes, but at least I get to try somebody else's food. It's always nice when you try somebody else's food. Next question, do you have any kids? Yes, I do. I have 2 boys. One is gonna be 2 on Monday, and a 7-year-old. So 2 boys. What is your nationality? Like I said, I'm St. Lucian. How do you manage your career and family and social media? I think it's all about balance, because to be very honest with you, it can be very tiring sometimes, because it's just so very hard. You know, it's not something that is easy. I'm not going to stand here and say to you, you know what, it's so easy, it's nothing. No, it's very hard. How do I manage it? I make time for everything, because I feel like if you love something, you make time for it. So I just allocate a different amount of time for different things, you know, although your family is always priority. But when you have so many things going on in your life, you need to just prioritize and just make time and just balance everything. So my next question is, what are the pros and cons of having popular social media accounts? I'll start with the pros. The pros is that, you know, you get to meet really amazing people, you get to interact with really amazing people. I have people that basically talk to me nearly every day, like we've met in real life, and it's nice, it's really nice. And one of the cons, I don't know if it's a con, but it's like, because it's popular and you need to keep it popular, you need to keep on doing, you basically just kept on your toes, always trying to come up with new content. Because the one thing that I will tell you is, basically, if you want to keep on growing, you need to keep on doing, you need to keep on working. You can't just tell yourself, you know what, I'm popular now, I don't gotta do nothing. No, girl, you will remain stagnant like some still water. Don't do that. So yeah, and also one of the things that I don't like about having a popular social media, people just think you're rich, and people just think that you're not a person, you're not a human being. They think that, okay, she's got over so and so amount of followers, so she's not a human being. I'm gonna bully her today. I'm gonna tell her that she's rubbish. I'm gonna tell her that this is no good, this is no good. No, honey, we're all human beings behind that social media account, okay? So when you're thinking about bullying somebody, just imagine somebody bullying you. And in our case, it's like, because we've got so many followers, just imagine so many people bullying you, so many people sending you messages telling you, oh, that don't look good, no, you can't cook, you can't do this, you can't do that. If you're not strong mentally and you don't have a good support system around you to tell you to basically don't mind so-and-so person, you will literally, what will you do? You will sink into depression. You start second guessing yourself, you know? So that's one of the things that I need to mention. we're human too, okay? So I just had to mention. So my next question is, how do you make time to cook, seeing as you're already a wife and mother? You make time. Listen, I always say this to people: if it's important to you, you will make time for it, okay? Don't be with these friends that tell you, oh no, I don't have time. Girl, if it's important to you, you make time. My family is important to me, my husband's important to me, I'm important to myself, so I make time for my family and myself. So, and you just do what you have to do, darling. You do it with love, and literally it just feels like nothing. So yeah, next question. How do you spice up your cooking so you don't get tired of the same foods? Good question, man. Good question. So I'm somebody, I love trying new methods. I love trying different things. So I find that even though sometimes I may get tired of maybe currying my chicken or stewing my chicken or baking my chicken, there's so many other things you can do. You can bake, you can roast it, you can grill it, you can fry it, you know, and just imagine you're doing a different thing every day, you know. So to be honest with you, I just like to try different things. I like to try different meats. I like to check online. I just love being inspired. Some nights I'm just there watching YouTube videos, just randomly searching different things. And so to be honest with you, I try different things a lot, and whatever I like, whatever I end up making and turns out to be a hit, I just add it to my menu. So you find that my menus are never ending. So yeah. Next question. So I'm rounding up my last two questions. It goes like this. I know you mentioned having a restaurant in the future. Will you keep making YouTube videos? Yes, providing that when I do open a restaurant, I am not head over heels trying to do everything, because girl, I'm no superwoman. Yeah, hopefully I will still keep making YouTube videos. And last question. If you have any advice for anyone out there trying to pursue their dreams, what would your advice be? Girl, it's simple. Don't give up on your dream. Don't ever give up on your dream. Don't let anybody try to tell you rubbish. Don't let anyone try to tell you you can't do this. None of that stuff. And don't listen to criticisms from people that are not doing any better than you. Because listen, most times the people trying to criticize you, they're not doing more than you. It's always less, and they don't want to see you grow. They're there and you're there. No. So my advice would be, go for your dreams, work hard. So yeah, don't be jealous of people, don't compare yourself to people, because you don't know what they do to get to where they are. So the only thing that you can do is watch your own garden. Don't look over the fence at somebody else's garden that's blooming and your own garden is not growing, you know. Try to better yourself, you know, and everything that's meant for you will come to you, even if it's at 24, even if it's at 30. There really is no time frame to this, okay? Because listen, I'm gonna be very honest. I remember, I think at age 20, 21, I was thinking like, why don't I already have this, and why don't I already have that, and why I haven't accomplished this, and why this person has that. But another thing that I will tell you, comparison is the thief of joy, because you'll be looking at somebody thinking, this person's got that, and I don't have that. Or this person is married, I'm not married. Listen, you don't know what's happening behind closed doors. You don't know how the person got what they got. My granny always said that to me. She says to me, I'm going to say it in Creole, but I'm going to leave the translation. She always said to us when we were growing up, "Pa jaloux bagay moun, because ou pa sav ki sa yo fe pou jwen li." And that just means, don't be jealous of people's things, and don't be jealous of what people have, because you don't know what they did or what they did to have. So this, my loves, concludes my question and answer / get to know me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. It was a pleasure having you here. Follow me on Instagram at Terri-Ann'S Kitchen, and I'll be seeing you again soon with one of my recipes. Bye bye.